Technology awaits. Welcome everyone to the highly competitive field finals that started with exactly 32 entrants, and we're here for the finals of the Women's National Online Championship. Karen Davis and Antoinette Marie Williams were semifinalists, and we've got Marty Storer here to be commentator. We're expecting Joe Russell as well, but the players are ready to get going, so we're going to go ahead and start. So just a quick introduction. Tiffany Van is a shooting star in the women's backgammon firmament. She shot to fame by winning the Michigan Fireworks division in the Backgammon Cup in 2022. She went on to win the intermediate division of the Texas Championships, big group there, along with tying for 4th and 6th in the Alamo Classic Limited Jackpot. Most recently, she won the intermediate division of the St. Louis Gateway, where she also won the Speedgammon intermediate event. And then we have Leyla Zaloutskaya. Hold on, I'm still letting people in. I'm multitasking. Who has a number of prestigious backgammon accomplishments. She recently placed 3rd in the WBIF World Women's Championship. In her first Masters Division appearance in live tournaments planned, she was finalist to Grandmaster Sebastian Wilkinson at the 2016 British Open. Since then, she's placed 1st or 2nd in numerous Masters Division contests, earned women's titles, and won doubles events. An amazing, amazing star. I'm not going to go through the rest of it. It's just too long to go after. And
yeah, I would just underscore, Christine, that she came in 3rd in the World Women's Online Championship recently.
Huge. And Marty is here, and he's going to be commentating, and he is a distinguished himself as a world-class competitor in tournament play, a huge supporter of ours, and a wonderful human. He's a giant backgammon, ranked 13th in 2022, and a BMAB Grandmaster Class 1 with a PR rating of 3.35, one of only 3 Americans to have earned this title. I could go on, but I'm not going to. And Joe Russell is just arriving, and he will also be commentating today. And he's a member of the World Backgammon Federation Board of Directors. He served as chairman of the U.S. Backgammon Federation Board of Directors from 2017 to 2023, and was a founding member of the board, serving for 15 years from 2009 to 2023. He won the 1989 Backgammon World Championship in Monte Carlo, and he goes on and on as well. But we're going to go ahead and get started. So, Joe, we're glad you're here. And Marty's going to start, but the women are ready to go. So, Karen, do you want to share your screen and get going on that?
Okay.
Good luck to everyone. What a great day to have a match.
Hello, everyone. So this is Who's Whom. I guess that Sniper Kitten, I think, is Leyla playing white. I'll just say white and black. And she's got the light colored checkers. Her home board's at the top. No, the other way around. I see Sniper Kitten is on the bottom, right? So Sniper Kitten would be Leyla Zaloutskaya, and Tiffany Van is Toffee at the top playing the white checkers. So
now, Joe, are you all set up and ready to go? We just want to make sure we can hear you.
Yeah, I'm fine. Can you hear me?
We can now, yeah. Okay, everyone, please keep yourself on mute. And if you have questions, put them in the comments section on the right-hand side. Thanks so much.
all right. So I think this might be the opening roll for Leyla Black, 6-2. But we're just waiting for them to start. Actually make a move. Now we don't have a time lag, do we here? This is live. Does anybody know that?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. So a few more words about these players. Leyla, I believe I think she was 4th in the American Backgammon for 2017. Lost in the finals of the Texas Championship Open Section 2. But that's the main ABT event. to Antoinette Marie Williams, who was third in the ABT for that year. And Tiffany is a newer player, as Christine was saying, but from what I can see of what I've seen a few of her matches recently, and it looks like she's learning very quickly. And so I expect this to be a very exciting match. What do you think, Joe?
No, I agree. I think they probably very comparable players. Tiffany's improved tremendously in the last couple of years, and she's one of the top female players in the U.S. now. And Leyla has established herself as one of the top U.S. players as well.
Yep. Okay, so this is standard opening 6-2 from Leyla, and this is the best reply to that. Double sixes, taking a huge lead in the race, and taking care of the back checkers, making an anchor on the bar point, closing bar point. So Leyla replies, but with a good roll, making Tiffany's 4-point. That's the best in general anchor you can have against an opening double six. We learned that from Albert Stegg, who did a lot of work on the third roll positions, where boxcars was the first roll for the opponent. He wrote several articles. Now this is interesting. This is interesting because after Tiffany played safe with 4-1, but I was from 3-2. Now Leyla has got a choice. She could lift her blot on her 11-point, but she really has a choice of whether to do that or whether to simply slot her 5-point from her midpoint.
I would
make the 5-point.
I would make the 3-point here,
or simply make the 3-point. Now, making the 3-point is that seems logical to me because it's a bird in the hand. It's a second innerboard point, and just hiding blots isn't so great because that's sort of like racing when behind in the race. And so Tiffany did make the 3-point, and I think I would have made that play too. And now
that was Leyla who made the 3-point.
Oh, Leyla, sorry, this is Leyla. Okay, Layla's black, and Tiffany's white. Let me not forget that. So Tiffany's just going to play 8-7, I think, adding a builder with that 4-1. And now Layla's going to hit with that 2. And the question is, where does she play the 5? Does she come out?
Clearly right for the 5.
Coming out with a 5 is a good play because it adds outfield control and it duplicates hitting 4s.
She couldn't really afford to have a 4th checker sent back behind the prime.
We do not have extreme gammon input from us, but we have on the screen the list of the moves played, and they might appear red in case of a blunder. Okay, so Tiffany rolled double 5. That's a good roll. She just slotted her 5-point. There's nothing really better than that.
This is a double now.
Minimizing her shot. So yeah, it's got to be a double because it's it will become passive if she just makes her 5-point safely, and if Leyla does not come back with a really great roll like double 6 or something. But if she does not make the 5-point, which is I guess eight numbers do not, am I right? Double 4s does. 6-5 and 5-5 leave a direct shot. I don't think anything else leaves a direct shot. So, and even if so anyway, I was leaning toward a take there. So and 5-4 is not so great. It's one of the 8 numbers that doesn't make the 5-point.
I'm pretty sure that was a clear take.
Yeah, it seemed like a take to me, because it was close to a take if she, at worst, close to a take if she did not make the 5-point. And there were those those four numbers that left a direct one shot. And if she did not make 5 point, then and this was just like the question would be whether it's a double or not. So now she did make the 5 point, but she's got a blot on her 1 point dumped, so it's a little bit inflexible. But now Tiffany's a large favorite. She's not going to leave a direct shot, obviously, with a 6-4. She's just going to make it a 2 point. Her plan is to come home and win the race. And Leyla can pick a 1 at her leisure. I would play 6-5 and 9-8 is legitimate. This is most flexible for making the 2 point, which is the next target for Leyla. So now this is interesting. She could play like this, like she did, and keep the midpoint for contact against Tiffany's midpoint, or she could have simply broken the midpoint. Now there's certain aces. There's 6-1 and 5-1 give her a problem, black a problem, because that would force her to either leave a direct shot, 6-1, or break her board. And how much was that contact really worth midpoint to midpoint? Not so much given the timing. I would have brought 2 checkers down instead of played 9-3, 6-1 with it 6-5 before. And now Leila's apparently considering how to handle all these.
I think she should come down. She's back in the race somewhat.
Oh, she must. Yeah, she must come down. It's clear that she should not leave a blot, because there's nothing that would force Tiffany to leave a direct shot anyway. Now Tiffany is well ahead in the race, so I believe this is the right idea, not to break the 8 point. I think this is legitimate here. It's 4 shots, and she gets closer to home, but that 4 prime is really good for both for getting home safely if missed, and for blocking an odd double 4, from
both players playing very well this first game, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, it's okay. So this cannot be, well, I can't say it cannot be right, but it's she is 10 pips down after the roll. But the question is,
this seems reasonable to me.
I think it's reasonable because I thought she was farther behind than 10. But
Actually,
the alternative is to play some 4 and then hope to escape later. But the trouble with that is,
she may have more wood bearing on her after this shake.
Yeah, exactly. The timing is sort of against her. Now, if she even gets to go, it's tough. Now she must go. She can't afford to just break her board. I don't think. It just looks. It pay off to the numbers you get pointed on. I mean, your board's going to be trashed a little bit, and your racing chances are going to be down. So she elects to keep. If there were some,
she may not do it.
If there were some blot numbers, okay, so there's no green, so this is reasonable, at least according to the.
I'm not sure. I think that may not be turned on.
Oh, okay, it may not be. Okay, so if we don't, so we don't even know. So that, yeah, I would have run there, and I would have run when Joe pointed out that probably she should run. I think I would have run. I counted the race. So now this is just crummy. I think she's just got to go, but not this way. She should have crossed to the 6 point exactly.
Right.
This is duplicating crossover 3s, which is a bad idea. Getting to the 6 point exactly is usually the right thing to do. And she would have had only 1 checker outside in her own. She would have had 1 under 11 instead of 1 under 10, 1 under 8. So she'd be bearing off quickly. This seems right. Not really sure whether it was 7-4 or 8-5 for black. So Leila's a big underdog now, and Tiffany's simply playing to get off as quickly as possible. So what you do in a position like this is you take checkers off if you can, and if you can't take off checkers, you fill gaps, particularly higher numbered gaps. And if you can't do either of those things, then you try to smooth your distribution out. If you just use those rules, you're not going to go wrong too much. So this is a debatable deuce, but I think it's probably right from Leyla. And this is, unless she rolls a 3-1, 2-1, 1-1, there's no chance. So Tiffany wins the 2 points the first game. I think overall a well played game.
Just in case any people are not familiar with the, I don't know if the format was explained thoroughly. This is they're playing up to 3 11-point matches. It could end in 2. The first player to get 5 points wins. You get 2 points for winning the match and 1 point for winning the PR. So if one player wins the first 2 matches, which happens half the time, and they win at least one of the PRs, it's over after 2 matches. Otherwise, it takes 3 matches. If it goes 3 matches, the player that wins 2 out of 3 of the matches will be the winner unless the other player wins all 3 PRs. So the current score is 2. We don't know what happened. We don't know what's going to happen in this match. But let's say whoever wins this match, if they also win the PR, the score would be 3-0. If they lose the PR, it would be 2-1. So it's
Okay,
it's a race to 5.
Right. So yeah, first person to 5 wins. So this is every move a cube decision. This would not have been the most horrible double in the world from Tiffany, but given that she's ahead 2-0 and the pip count was very close, maybe she was wise to refrain, because even if she hit with a 3, then there's no guarantee. You know, Leyla still had a playable game with most replies. So she did not double, and then she rolled a 2 something, right? She rolled a 6-2, 24, 22, 13, 7, and now Leyla attacks. She must attack. It was a good play from Leyla, not letting the blot on her own 3-point threaten to escape, so easily. So she usually, if the opponent's last checkers back checkers threatening to escape, you should attack it.
Now, what do you think Tiffany should have hit back with the 2-5?
On the 2-point with a 5. No, I don't think so. I think she played right with that. This is what I would play. What Leyla was thinking of playing is coming up and then making the 3-point. It seems like you must make the 3-point no matter what. And then where's your 2? I mean, you could stay back there, but if she makes the 4-point in your head, she's making it in any case, right? And at least you have a stronger inner board than black is a stronger inner board than white here, so it makes sense to take a little bit of a chance. Now this is okay. So Tiffany just reflexively did that, it looks like, and maybe she was right. The question is, how desperate was she? And she's ahead in the race is the trouble. So she could have just played safely by moving 2 checkers off of her 8-point, not leaving a direct return shot. It looks like there was about 19 returns, and if you count double 3, there was 20. But now this is a great play by Leyla. She must try to stop. I mean, she could come in at the edge of the developing prime, but I think it's a little too stodgy. Especially Leyla being behind in the race. I think I would do the first thing. What do you think, Joe? Hit or safe?
Hit. I would definitely hit.
Yeah. Those 9 swing numbers, or these, other 6s. Nine numbers to stay on the bar with 1 checker against a 3-point board. That's a quarter of the total.
That blot on
then it would be
on the
cube
13-point also is argued for hitting.
Yeah, exactly. You want to gain time so that you don't let your opponent just consolidate everything all at once, make a 5-point prime, clean up blots. Now this is
she's going to hit again here.
Yep, hit again, and then how about the 5? So she played 13-4 all the way. I might have played 11-6 with a 5, but it's not so sure. I'm not so sure. So this is
probably going to see a cube coming up unless it comes.
So what just happened? Okay, so 2-4.
Yeah.
And now unless
And well, she
That's Leyla
dances.
makes her
If she
4 point.
dances, she'll probably play on.
Yeah, she'll play on here. I believe she actually will play on.
It does look like we have, it does look like it's showing the arrows, because that move forward shows that 24-15 to be a blue move.
Yeah, so I don't know what the color coding is. I'm used to red,
Oh.
green, and nothing. Oh no, that's just highlighting.
Oh, I don't know.
I
I guess I don't know who's
yeah,
doing that.
that's
Somebody.
just her highlighting. So I don't either. We haven't had any serious errors,
I think
or
I think I have it turned off. So
okay. So yeah, because I thought that at least one, maybe two, maybe three moves were going
agreed.
to be highlighted. But
Agreed.
so this she's got a okay. So she plays on now. So Tiffany played on. She decided that that's a good idea because she's winning in any case with that 5 point prime. And now she got a 6 point prime. And now I think she could still play on because nothing is going to, regain Layla's market except like double ones for a backgammon. And even then, she's in bad shape. Now this is okay. This is a little dubious. To allow that a returning one to make a double anchor with,
And she sees it and plays correctly.
That's right. So she did get off that, and now there we go. So that was I guess the 3 to get off the double twos. But she wants to start.
She'd like to play the 3-8 to 5, but I guess
she likes to start. She wants to start clearing points as soon as she can. And luckily for Tiffany, Leyla is staying on the bar, which makes Tiffany's clearing problems a lot easier. So now this is an interesting 2-6. What do you think, Joe?
I would play this
playoff. Yeah, there's sort of a rule of thumb when playing against an anchor on your own 2 point, and you're starting to bear off, is to rip checkers off quickly and don't put extra checkers on your 1 point. She could have put an extra checker on her 1 point with a 6 and smoothed her distribution 6-4, and that was reasonable. But I think against a 3 point board with holes in it, Tiffany can play to take more risks. Now, while we're babbling about last moves, Tiffany's gone ahead and been hit by Leyla. So the cube's still in the middle here. So this is very interesting
here.
Interesting stuff. So she hits obviously with one of them. Now she could simply play this, which is an attempt to start making a prime. This is not priming oriented, but it gives another builder for the 4 point. I think I would have tried maybe move the back checker out to the 14 point, but so well she makes the prime anyway. She had to make the 7 point instead of the 4, I believe. But
yeah, she's trying to pick up another checker. It's more conducive.
Yeah, and this way, the 4 point is nice, but the trouble is that it's leaving. The 4 point is nice. There's no doubt about that. And the 4 point, there's something else good about the 4 point, is that it stops Tiffany from playing a 3 with a back checker. Therefore, she might have to play 4-1, leaving it blah. So maybe that was an argument in favor of making the 4 point. So I don't really know what the right play was. But now Tiffany hops out. Now Leyla could have been thinking about the cube because she's a little wary because she's the one who's getting gammoned, whereas Tiffany is not getting gammoned. She's got a bunch of checkers off, and now, but there's a risk that now she's got the 4 point. So now there's a second blot. So this is double to 2, and I believe it's just double to 2. And what? Do you think this is a take even now?
Yeah, I think it's probably a take. I'm not sure, but I think so.
I'm inclined not to take.
You're inclined to pass?
Yeah, I'm inclined to pass. But there's still some work to do. The second checker is, for all intents and purposes, a game winner if you hit with a 2. The thing is, you might not, if you don't hit with the 2, then you might not get any other opportunities to hit a second checker. But you might, because you might just hit loose, and so she passes. We'll look at that later. So now
I think it was close. My guess is
yeah, I think it was close too, but I'm not sure my judgment on that. Okay, so now a splitting 6, and Leyla hits with a 4-2, which is considered best, and Tiffany comes in with a 4-2 and makes her 11 point, which is clearly best, and now Leyla makes her 3 point, stripping her 8 point instead of making her 2 point, not stripping her 8 point. She chooses the better quality interboard point over the better distribution over the 6 and the 8 point. That's usually the right idea, and I'm sure it's the right idea here. She runs, and Tiffany runs, and Leyla replies with 4-2, making her 4 point. Double 5 is a good roll. A lot of pips. A new point. So Tiffany's ahead in the race. And there's a conflicting priorities for Leyla. She could just make the 7 point like here, as she did here, or she could have done something else to try to distract. Leyla Black could have tried to distract Tiffany from point making stuff, but she just made the bar point instead, which is quite reasonable, maybe right, probably right, in fact.
she should double hit with a heartbeat here.
Yeah, heartbeat. Yeah, she will. Shall I protect my lead in the race, or shall I hit twice? And because she's thinking, okay, I've got a worse inner board.
She didn't hit. That was probably the first blunder of the match.
I would. Yeah, Joe and I would have hit in a heartbeat. I think double hit, because it's so strong when it works. It sort of violated Paul McGreal's safe versus bold criteria by some interpretations say, oh, this is not consistent with safe versus bold, but it works so well when you get missed. And if you get hit, you might come back and make the 20 anchor, right?
Well, you probably had a double when you got missed. You probably
a double. Yeah, if you get missed, that's the end of the game, basically, right? I mean, double. Yeah, I mean, what else was there besides the hitting 5? There's double 4s, double 2s, double 1s would hit back at least on the 5 point. So anyway, now it's tougher for Tiffany here, because Leyla's got a really strong defense, and she's just she does not want Tiffany's last back checker to escape, so she hits just like this. And now and now is this good enough to double?
I would double.
Maybe so, because you can you could lose your market if
the race is close, and
a 1 or an 8, and the race is close, and
a 1, 2, or an 8 and a fan, and you could lost your market.
Yeah, that's right. So, and also you have to when you're on the bar against a board like this, your racing chances, despite the pip count, go down, because you can lose a lot of effective pips by staying on the bar. And so Tiffany, I guess, okay, she already did double. Okay, so I guess she doubled at the right point. And now 1-6 for Leyla. She says, I'm not gonna mess around.
That was Leyla who doubled, not Tiffany.
Oh, Leyla doubled. Sorry. Yeah, I keep forgetting, because I keep seeing some other darn thing. But Tiffany ran out with a 6-1 instead of leaving a second blot. There were 26 hitting numbers, but she would have left 15 the other way, but then it would have been at a second blot. So it's a try, but she decided to put all her eggs in the escaping basket, which I think was the right thing to do. Now I think she must just simply dump to her ace point and hopefully not get any other checkers hit, and minimize the great rolls for Leyla. So Leyla hits, and she might as well, I believe, leave the checker slotted on the 2 point. There's a trick, which is to not get hit on the edge of the prime, but I think making the 2 point was priority. Now, unfortunately for Leyla, she missed the return. Now, Tiffany, what does Tiffany want? Six something, but she doesn't get it.
Probably just 13-8 here.
Can we duplicate anything by going? I guess not. I guess we don't want it to dump checkers on the 1 point. It's pretty tough. But yeah, she's going to play 13-8. I would have played this as well. And after this, Leyla will be hoping for a nice 8. But Tiffany might elect just to minimize blots. The trouble is you're going to be leaving blots later anyway. But this Tiffany might say to herself, all right, I don't want any blots right now. I don't want to leave a second blot now. If she attacks, then, you know, maybe I can
The problem with this is
blot free.
one of the problems with this is if she does escape, then she has a tough time winning. You know, she has a tough time winning with the cube after.
Yeah, I think it was actually a reasonable choice. It probably wasn't a double, you know, a huge blunder or something like that. It might have been a smallish error, but I think I would have gone with my instinct to play purely. And now Leyla is playing purely. She's sliding the back of the prime, and she is now. Okay, so this would have been this transposed into the other variation, and now Leyla will probably simply go 8 to 5. Lift that blot on the 8 point, I think is the right idea. Because Layla's got some problems, even if she escapes. Now she escapes, and now Layla's not on the bar, so she's got 4 8s and
That's Tiffany.
and
That's
four
Tiffany.
four
That's
9s
Tiffany.
and an 11.
That's Tiffany who escaped.
Oh, Tiffany escaped. Yeah, sorry. So Leyla had 10 shots, which she missed. But the pip count, now she's behind in the race, is Leyla. But
This is the problem with whether it was right or not stacking those checkers on the ace point, because now it becomes harder for Tiffany to use the cube to win the game.
yes, therefore, I think she should play the most flexibly like this,
Yeah,
which I bet she's going to do.
yeah.
Move a 4 into the 6 point where it really is very useful. Now Layla's got most of her game plan is playing to hit, so because she's behind in the race, so she's going to stay back there and hope for the fatal 6-5 lozenge followed by a hit or something. But Tiffany is happy to play like that now. Already Leyla has a horrible choice whether to keep her board more intact and come out with a 5, slaughter 2 point, or simply keep the checker back and slaughter 2 point like this. Now this is the bluff play. This is the play to strike fear into Tiffany's heart. Keep the checker back. I think it's time to slot the 2 point like she was originally thinking of. Yeah, because she urgently wants a 5 point board now. Now Tiffany's got a real choice with the cube. It's a little bit, now that her board has just gotten much weaker, but she can still recover and make a 5 point board by covering her 2 point.
Yeah, I think Leyla made a good play not coming out to the 18 because
she would have just doubled and then it would be hard to take, to be honest. But that's maximizing contact when you're behind in the race is a general principle. And Tiffany elects said, okay, I'm not quite good enough to double. Not sure about that, but the thing about the pip count is that Tiffany's going to be wasting some effective pips she already has by stacking on the 1 point. Oh, this is not right. Okay, so no. Oh my God. Oh no. Oh, this is not. Oh no. Oh no. So this. Okay. She finds this safe play. I believe she's going to just play. Because Leyla, the timing is that Leyla might weaken her position with a 6 something. Right. So why leave 2 blots? She says, all right, I'll do it. Well, she might be thinking, well, Layla's got 2 blots on her board. It's time to play big. But often, you could leave 2 blots in your board, not fearing to be hit back because, all right, you might hit and cover, or you might miss, and then you can build your board more easily. So now it'd be hard for me to resist doubling after either play by Leyla. So Leyla can leave a checker back on the deuce point there, or she can keep her anchor and just move from the back. The trouble with breaking the anchor is that Tiffany will have more attacking chances. But if you look at, you have to, then you would, if you're white, you have to be looking at the concrete numbers and seeing what all the blot numbers are. Now there are, you look at, so there are a few numbers that are all even that leave blots, like 6-2.
She should double here.
Oh, sure. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So when in doubt, you maximize contact. So I would have been in doubt and I would have maximized contact. And
I think she will double here.
yeah, she's gonna double. And you have to think, what gives my opponent the biggest chance to make a mistake? And I think it's probably if you left the checker back on the 23 point.
And what do you think about the cube? I think it's probably a pass.
Okay, so the pip count is such that the pip count alone, it looks pass-ish, but as far as the shot count, there was 6-3, 6-1 blot numbers and 5-3 blot number, 5-5 blot number. So they're playing quickly. I would have my instinct is just to pass because of the pip count and the lack of a tight board for Leyla. But now here's a direct shot against a 5-point board. So she minimizes shots by going closer. And Leyla misses. When in doubt, keep contact. So she's going to come around like that. And yeah, this is the right play. If you break contact, the pip count is a little misleading because Leyla has more crossovers to go and she has more checkers buried on the 1 point. So this is probably 6-1, half a dozen of the other with that play. I would have put it on the 10 and 13 instead of the 9 and 14. But because there's more ways to cross twice. But I just happen to know that because of my little counting tricks. It's hard to determine over the board if you're playing quickly. But okay, so now we got 9 checkers. So Leyla can still win with 2 1s. She could. That's it. So Tiffany has won 4 points there. Now she's up 6-1 to 11. Which she must be close to a 3-1 favorite according to the match equity table, right? With that score, 5 away to 10 away. Now, this is a good play with a 6-3 versus coming to the 4 point and putting a checker behind the target 5 point. This was an interesting 5-3. The question would have been, do you hit twice or do you hit once? Hitting twice would be mostly an attempt to protect against not being able to make Tiffany's 5 point. But Leyla chose to play more conservatively and just hit and then come out trying not to be hit right now. So now Layla's thinking about whether to anchor or whether to hit or whether to make the 10 point. So I'm inclined to think that the choice is between anchoring and hitting. And it's tough to know what to do, but all 3 have their good points. What would you have done with that 3-2, Joe?
I actually stepped away, but
Yeah, it was it was whether to hit loose on the 5-point or make the 10-point or make the 22-point, and leaving a blot
Yeah,
on
it
them.
looked like a tough choice.
It was tough. Yeah, I think it was tough. So Leyla took some time over and she made the aggressive play of hitting. Now she's behind in the match, so not so bad to play aggressively. Like here is an aggressive play, and the choice is this is not. I would not play that 6, but maybe it was right. I don't know, especially since Leyla stayed on the bar. Now, oh, this is an interesting 4-2. So why don't you run through the choices, Joe? This is one, right?
Well, hitting and coming down is the second, putting second checker on the bar. This is very reasonable. I may have opted for this.
Yeah, especially with the lead in the match, you might be a little wary of.
This should be the last roll of the game,
progression,
unless Leyla rolls something really good.
Yeah. Well, if she stayed on the bar, it would have been too good, I think. But now it may not be too good. My instinct is to cash this game.
I would double here, especially with the score. I wouldn't want to fool around at the score because I think it's a clear pass.
Right. Yeah. And you get to 4 away is a milestone score. Now I think it's too good, in fact, because I don't think Leyla's going to be finding a take.
Right. This is
if Tiffany just makes her 8-point and then Leyla enters with a good number, it's still going to be a pass.
This is miles too good.
Yeah, there's no. Yeah, we agree on that. Leyla has only a 2-point board, so now Tiffany's free to just attack like this. Now she's by hitting both checkers and putting 3 on the bar. She's risking. Okay, she doesn't have a succession of points in a row. She doesn't have real good prime anymore, but 3 on the bar is just immensely satisfying. And Leyla does not have yet a strong inner board. Now that can change if she rolls double 3, double 2, but it's just very hard for Leyla to win this. And this is reasonable play, keep it flexible. And now, I mean,
now she has a tough choice. Is this too good? I might just.
I think it's too good because of Layla's weak inner board. I think maybe she'll improve to a close take at best. But the score is in favor of conservatism on the part of Tiffany.
I think I would have doubled that.
I think I would have doubled because of the score. I think if it were 0-0, I would have played on. But at that score, I think it's good to make sure of no accidents and get the 4 away. And this is the right play. It was a 6-4 split versus 6-4 run, even at the score. Now it's reasonable to split. The standard play is to run at this because you're behind. You want to be running away and all that stuff. But Tiffany isn't afraid to complicate the game by coming out to the opposing bar point on the first roll of the game. Now Leyla should think hard about doubling that one at the score. But she stayed on the bar. She's had a couple of key staying on the bar junctures.
That could well have been a double. It's probably was a double.
Yeah, when in doubt, if you're way behind and you have an advantage and you could smell a faint whiff of gammon, usually you should be doubling.
Your opponent
6 points behind.
You had an anchor in the middle of your opponent's board. They had a 2-point, the worst 2-point board, and you with a blot, with 3 blots around. Yeah, it looked like it was a double.
Yeah, that's right. You have to think positive, right? So if you're the players behind, the main thing is gammon chances if you're throwing an early looking double, and the main thing is winning chances if you're taking a double from if you're taking and you need 10, your opponent needs 4. The most important thing is winning chances versus gammoning chances, because if you get gammoned, you lose the match, but you'd be behind 9-1 anyway if you lost 2. So now I would definitely get a checker to the zone with 13-8. But Tiffany says, zone schmoan, I'm going to safety that blot. The thing about an extra checker in the zone is just extra wood to attack. It didn't change the number of ways to make the 5 point. But now this would not have hit in any case. Anyway, now Leyla is in this game. She's in this game even now. Interesting 6. And she says, please don't point on me. I will run away. Quite reasonable.
So
But
where
this is a cube decision for Tiffany. Now every roll is cube decision, right? So what are we going to do?
make the 5 point here?
We're the weak board means that Tiffany is entitled to make that 5 point. Now Leyla might do checkers or something like that. The trouble with this is that it bears in slowly. It puts a checker deep. And Tiffany's thinking about making the 5 points. So, there's only 27 numbers, right? Only 3/4 of numbers hit at all. But the position after you're missed and after you're hit, after you get one checker hit, you're still in very good shape. And there we go, a miss. One of those 9 missing numbers. And this is, are we too good again, or are we going to just try to just get the 3 away?
I think
Or
she'll
maybe
double. I think she'll double here.
How many blot numbers are there sitting? Direct shot numbers, double 4s, double 5s, double 6s. 6-3 is an indirect shot only. Is that all?
Double, did you call it double 5? Yeah.
Double 1s, yeah, I did. I called double 5s. I didn't call double 1s. So, and you never know when somebody gets very, very desperate and takes a double like this. So I don't think Leyla's going to take this, but then she doesn't. Okay, so I think that was a reasonable double. I'm still not sure, but I would have been counting numbers and blah 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 before I made a decision.
We have a question from the field. Okay, when you're this far behind, how should you be approaching your play? What should be going through your head right now?
Okay, you're looking for opportunities for an early double, right? And that means that, like with this, for example, this number you're going to hit twice, and you're going to, unfortunately, Tiffany has the 5 points, so that's a real damper to your early double opportunities. But in general, you want to play for hitting and priming game plans, and steer away from racing and holding game plans. Because if you get to a position where gammons seem elevated for you, then you're
Well,
going
here's
to
a prime example. This is probably a double right here.
Yeah, right, because it's a triple direct shot, plus double 2s, double 3s. Anything else?
She took.
No, it's so 29 numbers, but as has been Layla's watch, she misses the shot, and she keeps she doesn't leave a direct shot outside, and she compromises her inner board, but I think I would have done
This
so
is
as well.
interesting how to play the 6-1 here. I guess you just go to the 11 point, but making the bar point would be tempting.
Yeah, it's tempting. The trouble with making the bar, making the bar point is a long-term value, lasting value of that 4-point prime. But so I'm not really sure. This is an ideal response for Leyla. So Leyla now hopes to, and that's an ideal response from Tiffany.
Wow.
And Leyla had better roll 6-2. No.
I think the PRs have been pretty good in this match thus far.
It seems so. It seems like, particularly that double 5 by Tiffany making that 5 point. I think that was probably a standout play to Joe and me. And Tiffany
Opening the double
thought,
four.
and then she made that play. So that informs the opinion that the PRs have been good. So, and another reason for an early double when you're way behind is that the opponent has trouble redoubling. Now here, I think it's just, not to double here is sort of you don't want to play for the not play for the match, but I mean you could actually double this if you're white. Because then you can play games with the match equity table. Okay, what does black need to take a double in this position in terms of winning chances?
I wouldn't consider doubling at the score.
No, well, this is too. I would consider it, but
yeah, because
only
the danger of the 8 cube coming back at you.
Well, only if my gammon chances were negligible. Now here they're not that negligible. You can win some gammons here. Because there's a couple of ways. Leyla fails to get out. Leyla rolls a 4-1 and gets hit. But now the trouble is, okay, here now 6-5 is a double blot number. 3-2 is not. And Leyla, this is too gammonish, I think, to double, and I think she should bear off quickly. Boom, yeah, she does.
That was Tiffany.
Oh, Tiffany, yeah, Tiffany's white again. I'm glad you're here, Joe. This is me playing the back checkers. No, it's not. Okay. Uh-oh, it's a direct shot. Oh, it's a hit. The excitement continues. I would be highly inclined not to double as white in this position. And I think we go there to try to cover that thing with a direct 6. And Tiffany runs. And okay, that's bad. So are we going to stay back and go 11-3, or are we going to count on the 1-point prime? This looks like a play on because she might hit with a 7. Or she might roll 3-1, but with 3-1 she doesn't have to move, but she says, am I going to move? Now yes. Double drop.
I don't think so.
No?
Again, the 8 cube. She drops you down 10.
Yeah, well, how many checkers does she have off though?
I think only 3 checkers off.
Oh, 3 checkers off. Okay, maybe not. Yeah. But 3 checkers versus 1 checker, so and then if she wins, yeah, so she only needs she with an 8 cube, she only gets to 9-8. That's one thing that should be on Tiffany's mind. So that's a miss. Yeah, I don't waste a pip. Go to a 1.1 pip. And now we've got 10 checkers versus, oh my goodness. So this is a huge no double for Tiffany. Huge no double. Because here we go. She might still win this game, and she would have been losing.
I think she's a little glad she didn't redouble.
She's glad, yeah. Yeah, she probably played well not to.
She's losing 9-8 right now.
Yeah. So Tiffany slots her 5-point instead of slotting her 3 and leaving a flexible distribution of checkers. Usually you want that higher point in your board. And now Tiffany has got her 5-point and her 4-point slotted. And now Leyla can make this aggressive play. not bury a checker, or she should have dumped on her 2-point. Now the score argues for a more aggressive play, which is, she slots her bar point and she doesn't strip her 8-point and put a blot in her board. Now, what do we think here? What do we think about this show? 4-1. Does she make her 4-point and leave a blot, or does she just play safe?
This looks fine.
She's thinking. She was thinking along the right lines. Does she play safe, or does she make her point? Now, Leyla could hit, but she could leave fewer shots by staying on opponent's bar point, leaving fewer. No, I'm not sure about fewer shots, but fewer blots, because she would be duplicating hitting twos anyway.
Shots. Probably fewer shots as well.
Yeah, right. It would be 16 minus 1 plus 4, 18 shots, and the other way would be
Oh, this is a great shot. I think I just make this 7-point with the last two, maybe.
Yep, I think so. Yeah, the 7-point is valuable, but Tiffany is thinking, shall I minimize blots, or shall I get more builders? Shall I clean up?
Yeah, I like this play. Just so good when she comes in on an ace or deuce.
Yeah, and even if she gets hit with a deuce, she has a 4-point prime. All she has to worry about is being double hit, or being hit once and then staying on the bar or something.
Good play. I like that.
Yeah, I like it too. Okay.
Probably just, let's see what's going on here.
So there's a few interesting plays. This is one of them. This is safer.
Well, also there's 6-3 twice.
And you could switch. Yeah, I was going to say that was the other one. She could have switched to the 3-point. It might have been too long-term weakening.
She'll do it now.
But yeah, she should do it now. So switch to that 3-point is yeah. If she switched points, you put 2 on the bar against a 4-point board, she might gain time to get around, right? So here, this is reasonable. And now she's not going to double, obviously, because she doesn't want a 4-cube coming back at her in a position like this. But both players are playing quickly. And I think they've got enough time that they can slow down a little bit. They've got a bunch of time on their clock. Still a few minutes, and now Leyla gets a nice, very nice 6-1. And now I think she should probably. Is it good enough to turn the cube? Maybe not yet, but it's an interesting choice. So she could just go safety or blot. And if the thing is, if Tiffany rolls something bad, which that is not bad, but now if Leyla comes out with 2 checkers and then Tiffany rolls something bad, she'll be in great shape. So now she should just bring 2 checkers out, pay off to that 6-5 hitting number versus making a 2-point. Because the outfield is the theater of action right now.
No,
this is not. You want to give Tiffany a chance to move and maybe crack her inner board. And she does. That is emphatically not a cracking number. That's a great number. There's got a spare on on that anchor, which she can run from. Yeah, and that's a good 6-1 from Leyla. I think you don't want to, still too soon to be leaving a whole bunch of blots outside. So that looks like a good 3-2 to me too. And a non-rolling 6-6. And a 6-4. Now she's entitled to make a board because she has more checkers in the zone, so she can play. This is a good flexible play. Now, good small rolls are good for Tiffany in general, but it's getting to where she wants to roll a nice set of 5s or something.
Well, she's had her 17 pip lead on the race.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. So now this looks like a good play from Leyla to me. Instead of burying a checker inside, because now the theater of action is the opposing 5-point. Those back checkers that Tiffany still has on Leyla's 5-point, when they go, or when one of them goes,
She should go out with both now.
oh, both, yeah. Now it's like this is the best game plan is to race, and this is not. She's not going to get a better chance to race than this. If she doesn't do this, then if Tiffany plays 6-11-1 like this, then will she be able to race? Is the question, right? She's avoiding an attack, she's avoiding being hit, but now she must go, and now she's vulnerable to attack by Leyla. And if she had run with that 6-4, like Joe said, then it would have been much, much better. So now I think she can afford to just play to clear those checkers like she did just now. And a 5-2, I think she better, when in doubt, maximize contact. When in doubt, get pointed on. Oh, well, that's going to happen. Now, Leyla plays for Gammon. Well, okay. Gigi asks, why would she stay back instead of coming out? It's because she would have had, there were more ways for Leyla to leave a shot.
It probably was reasonable to come out, but
It was reasonable, but I would not have done it.
Yeah, I agree.
And then there was a 5-1 number. There were 5-1, 5-3, things like that. Those specific numbers that delayed Leyla's burying or forced her to leave a direct shot. The thing to remember is that the race was a bad proposition for Tiffany. So my rule is, when in doubt, if a one checker lurking back on a high point, when in doubt, stay back if you're behind in the race.
At the score, though, is probably reasonable.
But the score is, well, it's not like she's getting gammon, okay?
Well, yeah, she could be gammon. She
could be gammon, but the thing about that is, yeah, she'll get pointed on more often, she'll get hit more often, but she'll also have 2 pips farther advanced with the other checker in the hitting variations. That's a small countervailing factor. I agree that staying back gets gammoned more often, but it's not the biggest deal. It's only a little bit more, and 1% more or something. I don't know, a little bit more. Anyway, with 6-4, who should have raced? Oh, with 6-4, she should have raced out. Yes, Gigi said she was talking about the 6-4. Yeah, 6-4, she should have raced. She should have run
with both checkers. Yeah.
Should have ran. No, should have run is what you say with both. Yeah, that must have been a blunder for Tiffany.
I think she made 2 or 3 blunders in that last game, which I thought she was probably leading the PR prior to the last game. She may still be, I'm not sure, but I think she dropped a bit in the last game.
Yeah, that 6-4 not running felt like a double blunder to me. You have to rely on the race, and if you're getting 10 pips, yeah, you might get hit with a 1, but your racing chances go so far down by staying back. So I think I would, yeah, just play safe here. You know, even though you're behind in the race, it's not like you're stopping Leyla from racing with a 6 or another number. And you still have a reasonable holding game. So here we are. So Layla's on roll, and if she was thinking of doubling, she made the right decision not to. Dmitry Obukhov says, no cube here, escape then cube, which is on the money, I think. You know, it's so hard to for Leyla to, she has a lot of work to do. She was considering doubling when the checker was black on the 3-point, then, you know.
And the majority of the escapes still takes.
Yeah, but a big mistake. So that was an interesting 4-3. She hit twice instead of hitting a covering. I think she was right, probably. But she moved quickly. So she was very sure of herself, maybe. And this is, I don't think I'm taking this for white at the score.
At the score, a heartbeat drop.
She can essentially never redouble, or very, you know, to redouble, she has to get into it, but she takes. So she says, well, I've got enough winning chances. That's what she's saying. But I would not, the score, I would be wary. It's probably the right way to, too good. I don't think too good, Dmitry. Dmitry says maybe too good when Leyla did double. I don't think so, but what do I know? Now she should just clear the 11, pay off to 4-1, get in as quickly as she can and as gammonishly as she can. This is interesting because you can only leave one shot this way, and you could start to clear your 6-point, which is important, but you leave 2 blots, so they could be hit one by one. And now she's only paying off to the double 4, but she could play like this and just leave nothing. I think this is right. I think Leyla made the right move not to leave any shots. So now she's coming in quickly with that roll. And now Tiffany is thinking, I want to win the game after I hit, but I more importantly want to save the gammon. And Leyla says, I'm bearing off quickly against your 4-point anchor, which is not the best anchor to have. Better than no anchor, better than nothing. But so Tiffany is playing to save the gammon. And that should be her priority because a mixed priority. You know, she should not ignore the chance to win after a hit. So this is a perfect example. She made 2 crossovers, but she kept her anchor, right? And now this is getting more interesting. When in doubt, play to win. But
she actually only made 1 crossover, but it was as good as she could do.
Well, she could have made 2 and wasted a lot of pips, I think. Or a broken her anchor.
I mean, it's good a play as she can make. Not.
I believe so. Yeah. It wasn't about the crossovers. Now this is not about the crossovers here. Do not crossover. Oh no, I would not. No, I wouldn't do that. This is too gammon save-ish and not enough wins in the mixture to justify. I would have moved 2 pips somewhere else. But now, okay, now she's going to make sure she doesn't get backgammon by coming out with a 6. And you see that her gammon saving chances are 4. Now she should cross to the 6-point with that 4. And she can't get backgammon no matter what, so she can think about the 5. Now she needs 2 crossovers to have any chance at all, which she does not get. So this is a gammon. So Leyla has won a gammon. Oh no, she gets 2 crossovers. Okay, so she has a double 6 to save. I was wrong. She did preserve a chance to save gammon, but that was sort of an average gammon saving variation, and she ended up only with a double 6 at the end.
Leyla's now 2 away, 3 away, leading, fighting back from, what was it, 8-1?
Yeah, that's right. And being behind 3 away to 2 away, I would not play that 5-4 running in response to the opening 6-1. She wants to be more aggressive when she needs the 3. And so it would have been more aggressive simply to stop on the 5 point. In other words, split, like an opening 5-4 split instead of running. So she's in this, it's less conservative. You might get hit loose, and then you might hit back, and then you might be looking at, some elevated gammon chances in your future. Now, this is just the kind of game that Tiffany does not want to get into, which is, a holding racing game. And and with the rolls, she's got a disadvantage, right? Now, Leyla's got to be wary. The race is too close for her to double, I think, because it would be an auto redouble for Tiffany. Even now, after a great roll making the 4 prime, Tiffany may be able to come up and try to get out, and instead she chooses to make the
I think she had to come up.
make the 5 point. Yeah, coming up is consistent with her game plan. She's going to come up now. I think so, because I don't think she can gain any blot numbers, right? So she's 8 pips behind, but I think Leyla does not double this. I think that she wins a few too many gammons to double, and the race is close enough easily for Leyla to take and redouble. Now I think Leyla should just, Leyla should just make the 3 point on her head and pay off the 3 return shots. And if she's lucky enough to keep attacking, pointing on the 4 point or something like that.
She has a doubling decision now.
Yeah, what is the pip count? It's 10
pips.
10 pips, okay.
Great shot.
Well, I'm doubling this one. If I'm Leyla, I'm gonna, but she says, no, I'm not gonna do it now.
I would not do that. I would not do that.
I'm not gonna do that either, no. I would have doubled before the roll.
Same, I would double and I would play safe.
Yeah. And if I were going to hit, I might have slid to the 1 point so she didn't hit it, come to the edge. She would have needed a double 1. But now this is very risky for Leyla because a 1 just turns it all around. Do we double this? It was interesting. It was 26 covers plus a nice 6-1. Yeah, she must keep the prime, I believe.
Two down here.
And she can play on for gammon, I believe. And this is the way to gammon. It's the way to get counter primed, but
and what do you
dare to play this for
what do you
match?
do with the
This is
here,
the risk.
Wow.
This is the risk. The risk of attacking like that and playing on is that you might not be able to take a double, or you might not be able to give a double. So this is interesting.
I think that's the wrong idea.
So
yeah, I think you've got to let her play. Kill your 6s and let her play.
yeah, now there's a you kill the 6s.
Got to bring them both in. Kill your 6s and let her play.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, I think
this just loses the game.
Probably right. I was thinking of leaving a blot on the 7 point, but I think that's just too optimistic. Yeah, this is, so the question is, does Leyla dare to double in any of these positions? And I find these very hard to get right. And does Leyla dare to leave a blot like this? Probably does.
Wow.
But
Now what?
well, this is obviously at the score. I think this is a drop because it's not because she can pass and get 50-50 winning
This
chances.
is clearly a drop. It might have been, it's probably a drop the last roll.
It's probably dropped the last one, and this might be too good because you can try for that gammon win.
Yeah, I would have rolled on here. I think you could.
Yeah, because even if you break your 6 point, let's say, and then
She
Layla
dances.
stays on the
Hold
bar,
down.
I think even then you can you're a game favorite, so you could win with a cube. Be more interesting if she broke this 6 point, kept a 5 point board, and Layla rolled a single 6. That would have been the interesting variation. But anyway, so that was I think Layla could have cashed that game at a few points in the game, maybe. So now she should just hit twice, despite not wanting to put a checker on the ace point. Gaining the time is so valuable. It prevents Tiffany from making a good point next turn. And Layla's is legitimate, I guess. She could have played, she could have hit
Double
loose,
here. Yeah. Oh, there we go.
but she's not only got 7 point in the attacking zone, so she says, all right, I'll make the 4 point. She could have made some prime oriented play like making the 9 point. But the 4 point is still good. And she makes the 5 point next turn naturally anyway, and Layla replies with the 5 point. And a good roll, double fives. It's great to be ahead in the race at double match point and not blocked. So she just has to play 13-8 with the last one. No big threats to guard against. Oh,
This is the wrong idea.
Okay, yeah, gammon doesn't matter. So she plays safely, I think, just like this. Oh, she hits. Okay, that's a little bit worse. Now I think she could. Yeah. What do you do? This is reasonable. Now I think she'd better just cover her 1 point. But she says, I'm not covering the 1 point. I'm going to keep my checkers flexibly placed. This is good for flexibility. This is a nice point to make. She could have run, but now Tiffany wants to get her back checker out. And she says, all right, the way to get it out is to bring it out and hope not to be hit with those 24 numbers. And there's a duplication of 6 to escape and 6 to hit, and she'll just come down. Obviously, hitting is forced. Now she's happy to get that checker, and Layla misses, and Tiffany doesn't cover the blot. Now she could play semi safely with. Oh, this is a little bit. So I'll duplicate a 1. Reasonable. Could have left 2 blots in the outfield. And she says, aha, I will now. Oh, I would not do this. I would have come out with that 4. Because she doesn't care about winning a gammon. And she does not want to be hit back. And she does not want Layla to get a double anchor. She does want to hit and not get primed. So she hits. Layla stays on the bar, but at least Layla says to herself, staying on the bar will help my timing for a back game. And Tiffany says, you want to play a back game? Go ahead. I will prime you and try to prime those checkers out of the timing. And Tiffany says, do I hit or do I knit? And the thing about having 6 checkers back and a whole bunch so far forward, if you're Layla, is that it's hard to escape all those checkers. But the 1 point prime, the broken 4 point prime and the 1 point prime holds up.
What do you do with the 3?
Oh gosh, I don't know. That's a tough one. That's a really tough one. You could do something like leave a blot or more than 1 blot and come up to the edge of the prime. There we go. I'm coming up to the, I guess I'm coming up to the edge of the prime. Oh, I'm not doing that. It's all about timing here. Gammons don't matter. Backgammons don't matter. Now I predict Leyla will come up. Yeah, now that was a good, very good roll actually for Leyla. Short of 2-6 or something, 6 something. It was good to get that checker out. And Leyla hopes to stay on the bar.
Marty, they want to know why gammons don't matter.
Oh, gammons don't matter because it's 2 away to 2 away, and the cube's on 2. So
It's pseudo
gammons
double
don't count
match point.
double.
It's pseudo double match point because the cube's already been turned.
Yeah. It's effectively double match point. So it's not clear that that was right to hit that thing. Now it's clear that, oh, that is not clear to want that other checker hit. All right. I think what's going on here is that now Tiffany wants to hit a lot of checkers and clear her points as quickly as possible. Oh, now 10 to 8. Okay. Third checker on the 8 point is the wrong, very, very wrong idea. You want to get those checkers into your board, right? You don't want them sitting on top of your prime. The priority is to clear points. Okay. So the question is, do you hit or not? Now, I would be hitting and going to the 2 point because I want to get checkers in as quickly as possible before Leyla can get an offense organized. That means flooding the outfield with assassins and or making.
Once your opponent has created enough timing, your idea is just to try to get in, start burying off, and if you get hit, they may still have a weak enough board that you can still win.
Yeah, no, I think this is a good play by Tiffany. If not, at least it's a good concept, is to clear quickly. Now, if she'd been doing that, she could have implemented the same idea a few rolls before, get those checkers in quickly as possible. And what you said, Joe, about timing is exactly right. You want to how are you going to win the game? If your opponent has a lot of timing, you don't want her to be able to win after hitting you. Now, I don't know what the winning chances are of Leyla here, but they're substantial. In fact, I mean, she's, what is that? 7, 12, 13, 7, 12, 13. So it looks like maybe Tiffany only has 2 checkers off. And now she's got the idea is to hit. What was that roll for? Oh, it's double 4s to bear off. And now Leyla's in a bit of trouble. And Leyla, I think, should be even now. Yeah, okay. Leyla breaks the 22 points so that now Tiffany is free to leave a blot with a 1. 4 to 3. If Leyla had the Tiffany's 3 point, then she would not have left a blot with that 5-1, but she did, and then Leyla hit it. Now Layla's back on the now Leyla misses. She probably should just make the 12 point. Hoping not to be hit. Here's a triple direct shot. And I am inclined to come out with a 3 to the 17 point. Separating your checkers by a lot of pips is usually a bad idea when you're doing containment. You want them closer to each other, and the 12 point is a very good point. Okay, so now that was a forced 3-1 from Tiffany, leaving the second blot. It's actually illegal not to play both numbers if you can. So now Tiffany did very well in that exchange to get a checker away and not have a second checker hit. And now Leyla is slotting her 6 point, and Tiffany will leave maybe one last shot. Which is forced. She has to leave one blot. Which she does. And unfortunately for Leyla, she misses. And she must make oh no, that's a bad 3. She should play 24-21. so that she can break her anchor next time with any ace, right? Because usually Tiffany bears off and doesn't leave a blot, right? And now Leyla wants to move both checkers off that 24 anchor, so just as before, so that if Tiffany rolls a 1, she's forced to leave a direct shot. And now there's what we call a coup classique, the classic coup, which is to have your opponent white roll a 1 here and then hit both blots and win. And it's not critical how you play the rest of it, but you want to aim at the 3-point. Now that's bad. And oops, that's still game on still. This is terrible for Leyla, obviously, especially after this is reasonable. I'm not sure the exact way to play that 5-4. Whether to come in with a 4 and come in with a 5 somewhere, or come in with a 5 and come in with a 4 somewhere. It's just not clear to me. This is my instinct just to play, and now she's got big favorite.
For anyone watching, there will be 3 matches. This is only 2 or 3. This is only the first of 2 or 3 matches. We will be following after this match about 10 minutes later with 5 to 10 minutes later with match number 2.
Okay, so Layla's been aggressively slotting. She aggressively slotted her 3-point instead of waiting around and trying to contain. I would have been a little more circumspect, perhaps. This is where you have to count numbers that do good things. And I was thinking there were more numbers if she did not go to the 14-point.
Also, I'll be running the PR on this first match before the second match starts to find out who won the PR in the first match. My guess is that Leyla won, that Tiffany was winning until the last 3 or 4 games, but she made a few blunders in the last 3 or 4 games.
Yeah, and yeah, especially this last game now. Layla's got a lot of almost free decisions in this game. She had an opportunity earlier on to put a spare checker on a 5-point, and she didn't, but she did it here. And okay, so I think this is the right play with a 4-1. I'm not exactly sure. I would have probably played 6-3 and 2 off. And Layla's basic idea is a mixture between holding points and bearing checkers off, and this is the best mix, I think. You took 2 checkers off, and now at least she can. I think she should break the 2-point. I mean, break the 6-point like this. She gets a direct shot, and she hits. I think she should leave that checker on the 6-point. She might make it. She might get a recirculation deal. Here, I'm not so sure how to play the 2. This is the extremely optimistic, but unfortunately, it lost a little bit of coverage of the outer board. And now Tiffany's going to virtually certainly win this game. She has to roll a lot of teeny weeny numbers, which is 1. She could still roll 2-1, but she wins.
Tiffany's won game 1, so she either leads 2-1 or 3-0. I'll be running the PR right away to let people know how that went. Maybe Karen, if you want to tell them to give us about 5 minutes or so, 5 to 10 minutes, let us know what kind of break they want. We'll review a little bit of it quickly. Okay, so you want me to share my screen? Or Karen, are you running the match?
Joe, why don't you share your screen?
Okay, all right.
I see an XG thing here.
Hold on one sec.
Is that your screen, Joe, or not?
No.
I'm running the match, but I'll email it to you, Marty.
Okay, thanks. I've got it. I can run mine too.
If you'll let me share my screen, I'll share it.
Yeah, you're open to go.
Okay, hold on one sec. Okay, so Leyla did in
You're
fact.
not, you're not showing up yet, Joe. Do you have
Okay.
it?
You see it?
Not yet.
It says you are screen sharing.
Oh, I need to stop. I need to stop. Okay, I stopped.
Okay, you're good.
Okay, so Leyla did in fact win the PR with a 580 to an 866. So Tiffany, are you starting the recording now?
It's on.
Okay, yeah. So Tiffany does lead 2-1. So in the next match, if Tiffany wins and wins the PR, she will be the match winner. If any other result, we will have a third match. So we want to just skip to the major errors. I have blunders at 0.04, so anything at 0.04 will be in red. So we'll just look at that. So the first game was very cleanly played. It looks like Tiffany played a 135 and a 186. So we thought they were both playing very well. They were. The second game was not as clean. There was a 6-2 here. Should have played 13-5. She played 24-22 and 13-7. 13-5 works on this, but we won't spend too much time on these things because they're going to be starting soon. This 5-4 was 11-6 and 8-4. Yeah, I think Marty mentioned something a lot, that being the preferable 5. A 4-2 here was come in on the 21, make the 4-point. Rather than come back, the problem with coming back is you might get counter primed yourself. That was a 273 arrow. That's a much bigger arrow than I would have guessed. How about you, Marty? See here? Well, anyway, much bigger error than I would have guessed.
I'll unmute. Okay. Yeah, I'll unmute myself. Okay.
Yeah.
So that went by so quickly I didn't even see what happened at 4-2.
Okay, I'll show it to you real quick.
No, I mean in the game. No,
Okay,
I saw what just happened. Yeah.
Okay, all right. 6-6 here was you mentioned it, get some men off the 23 point, which she should have done.
Yeah, and then also to play to make the bar point.
And the
There would
4th
have been extra
was
builder
right
for
to
the
make
bar point.
was right to make the 7 and slot the 4. That's interesting. Yeah, we didn't mention that, but
Yeah, we didn't. Yeah, I didn't even consider it.
yeah. And then let's see, game 3. It's 5-1. Was yeah, this is the double hit, the 212 era. This should have been an automatic double hit.
Yeah.
3-2 here was
okay. Well, that was what we thought was probably right, is to play safe.
Yeah, 13-8.
5-1 is half a whopper,
which did burn her later on, because a lot of times she couldn't cube a lot of time after escaping the checker later. She couldn't cube a lot of the times because it was too dangerous.
Right.
Double 3s here was 7-1 twice. Yeah.
Yeah. What did she play? Oh, did she slot it her 2-point or something?
Played 10-1.
10-1, 7-4. Okay.
Yeah.
So she just wasn't aware she could have made
Okay,
it.
so this was a cube here, by the way.
Okay. Yeah. No, it might be a cube, but it's a take, right?
Right. It's a big take.
So she made a good play.
Yeah.
Oh wait, it says 6-1, 3-2 is wrong. Oh, so 23-18, 3-2 is right, and it's still a take.
21-18.
That's what we weren't. Yeah, so that's what we weren't sure about.
Right.
Oh well, so the pip count was
23-18 was right. Okay, yeah, we thought.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah,
that's where you have to count the numbers, right? You have to see what's going on the very next roll.
Big take there, and then this 3-2 was bar 22, 13-10. Which we didn't even talk about that. We talked about anchoring.
I talked about it because Leyla was considering it. She actually made the move on the board, and I didn't know what the heck I'd do. But
and then this position was a double, a double and a take. It was not too good.
No, it says double drop. It says
double drop, not too good. Yeah.
Not too
And,
good. Yeah, that's which is what we thought. And then
And this is correct to doubles, which was what we thought. And
yeah,
game 5, Leyla played almost perfectly. 4-3 here was
she came out with a 3.
Yeah.
Tiffany came out with a 3 instead of down with for a builder. And there's a
Same-
2 duplication of anchoring and hitting.
this is important concept, is that you come in on the 21, you come down, now you've got more numbers for the bar, more numbers for the 5-point, you're duplicating 2s. She rolls a 2, she got now a problem like 5-2, 3-2. What do I do? Am I hitting, or am I coming in on the 23? And this was a solid double and a take.
Still a take.
Yeah,
and then the double 4 is right to make the 5-point, correct?
And this was too good.
Yeah, too good. Okay, that was what I was thinking. Is this actually too good, or is it? I'd be looking at all the numbers and stuff, because like I think I said while the game was going on, the fact that Layla's board was weak was a factor in favor of playing on.
Okay, here she was supposed to hit. She brought a checker down.
Okay, yeah, hitting, yeah, right. Yeah,
and had a proper double take here.
Yep, and that's she did double. Okay, so it was a double. So it went double take, and that was right. Okay, so
okay. And
yeah, that 5-point of white is really helps you take a lot of funny looking things.
And the 6-1 here. Oh, the 6-1 here was right to make the 7-point. We thought 18-11 was probably right.
We weren't sure. I wasn't sure.
We talked about the long-term value of the 7-point.
Yeah, that's right. So
and 5-3 here was hit and go 12-7, gives you some bad numbers from the bar.
Yeah, 5-2 especially, right? And 4-3.
Be doing the commentary for another couple hours. I probably bet
5-2 and 4-3 for
right.
For
right.
We didn't even talk about it. That's a motif, if you're desperate, then you want to look for some anti-jokers for your opponent. And if you make a point, maybe their one checker coming around will have to will fan against that point, and then you'll have to leave a blot somewhere, or even more than one.
Here a 4-1 was 8-7-6-2. This is the one where she played 18-14, 18-17. Yeah.
Got a question about how do you see the whole screen on your board? So Richard Batten, maximize your window. There should be, on Windows operating system on the upper right, there's a little box icon.
This is the play where we're looking which way was more shots, whether running all the way or not. Turns out if she was going to hit, she did make the correct play.
No, 8-7, 6-2.
She made the wrong play.
Oh, no, okay, so hitting is wrong to begin with, right?
Hitting is
that's what I suspected.
No, hitting is close. Hitting is very close.
Oh, it's close?
Well, hitting is close, but if you hit, you have to
go. No, 8-7, 6-2 was like 0.09 better.
No.
No, 0.003. Oh, I was looking at apples and oranges. Okay. Yeah, 17-13 minimizes blots, and I think it's the same number of shots, actually. Seems to be 18 shots.
Double 3 here was
maybe I'm wrong about that. Yeah, double 3
bring a checker down and hit loose. I think she left the checker up.
She played 11-2, yeah.
Double 3 here was where she was supposed to double switch the first time.
Oh, this time is
the double. Where was the double switch on this one? This one that would have been a 0.077 error, but this one was clearly.
Yeah, it's just so good to put 2 checkers on the bar.
Sure.
And you get another builder for the 6-point, the 13-10.
Here she was supposed to come out with get one of the checkers out from behind the prime.
Instead she was that the whole? Oh, she came up. Oh, she came up to the 20-point. Yeah. That's not very flexible.
This is a theme a lot of people should look at. If she comes out 20-15, first of all, she wants to get these checkers moving from behind the containment. Secondly, if she does get hit from the bar. She has a 6 return that she can't come in on to hit back. That's all.
There is a question, if they're ready to go, we're getting a message. Karen, are they telling you they'd like to go?
Yeah, we can
I
start.
think it's about time we should do it,
Okay.
but they're waiting to hear.
Yeah, we can move on.
Hey, Joe and Marty, I can commentate a bit if you guys want it. One of you wants to take a break.
Yes.
So, Joe, do you want to, since you're sharing screen, do you want to go on to heroes and ask them to start?
If I'll just stop sharing. You can do it, Karen. 1 second.
Okay.
Oh, 1 second. I've got it. Okay, I've stopped.
All right, where are we here? Oh my goodness. Can I do this?
So again, this is a race to 5, and Tiffany leads 2-1. She won the match, but
Oh, I can do this. Okay.
Layla won the PR.
So
Okay, so we've okay,
they have
we
started.
we
Okay.
started again. So now this is probably double drop there, or too good.
Probably too good. I mean,
Could be too good.
probably double drop now.
I would, yeah, this is certainly good enough to double. Yeah,
Now too good again.
yeah. Still too good, right?
Yep.
Double switch.
Yep. And Kid, if you want to pipe in with something, feel free to.
Okay, hi guys.
Hi.
Good day.
Wow, it's a monster shot.
You know, Layla should have been thinking about the cube on every single roll there.
I think she was right to play on most, several of those rolls.
Some of them, yes, but some of them perhaps not. The point is, you have to think about it every roll. Just because you're playing on this roll doesn't mean you will the next roll.
Now Tiffany's considering a cube.
Oh, I would definitely double. I have no idea what's going on. And would I take it?
3s, 4s, 5s, and 6s.
Probably not. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either. Now she could have considered splitting with a 4 there.
Yeah, that was a close decision, I think.
Yeah, I would have split. There, but it's worked out. It's worked out well. She made the she used her builders to good effect.
No, I don't know about these last two.
I would have definitely done that. Now what?
Oh,
I would
yeah.
say. I think
Yeah,
I would roll.
This
This is certainly reasonable.
Yeah, well, it's pretty easy take, that's for sure.
Yeah, no, this will be interesting to see. Okay, so Layla does take, and Tiffany, this is the right 4-1, I think, just play
Oh,
safe.
I agree with the double, by the way.
Okay. Yeah, I do agree with the
Even if it's wrong, your opponent might pass.
Yeah, it's probably not wrong either. Now that was interesting. She should have been, maybe she should have thought about that a little harder, but might have been just right. I don't know. So the 4-2 leaving 10 return
I think
shots.
she played it correctly.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, the thing is, you're not going to be. You can't win by. You can't win with a double out anymore as white. So you got to try to win on the board. You know, she could have just played safely. You know, put a put an ugly checker on the 3-point and hope to escape or something. Sometimes those are. But the idea behind hitting and
I
slotting,
think-
keeping the bar point slotted is you have a massive gain if you get missed.
I think she has to hit here and play to win.
Yeah, she's behind in the race. She's well behind in the race.
You know, if things go badly, she still has the anchor.
You just lost the screen. Did you guys lose the screen?
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Karen, are you there?
Hey.
Karen?
Here's my other commentator.
Call Karen Davis.
Calling card dates.
What's their name?
This is Misha.
Cutie Pie.
Misha is Russian for Mike.
Karen? Can you see it now?
Yep.
Yes.
Everybody's good to go.
So what just okay, so they continued while we were out of action here. So this is now I toss this cube, I think is black.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But
I think the question was whether it would be a take.
yeah. I guess it would be a take in that sequence. Aha.
Well, still gonna have to hit a shot to do anything.
That's a standard play against the 23-point anchor is to bear that checker off the 1 point.
Which might not have been right there.
It's yeah, Michi would have probably said it was right, is my guess. I would have taken it off just out of you know, that's when in doubt, rip checkers off at that score. And I was in doubt, so. And now I think you just make the this is okay. That's a dubious way to
Hey,
play
it's-
5-4.
You can still save the gammon here. It's not against the law.
Oh no, please no. Oh, it's against the
It's
yeah.
against the
So
balls, the probability.
she should at least she should have crossed out of Tiffany's
I
board.
agree. I
Instead of
agree
going
with
to
you,
the
Marty.
6-point.
She should have been making a board, not much chance of getting off the gammon.
or a prime.
A prime, yeah.
And now okay, well at least she has a double 6 to save. Not
Whoa.
like that. She has to, she missed it. Okay, she could have gotten 2 crossovers, and then she would have had double 6 to save. She could have got 8-5, 7-4 instead of just get 1 crossover, leave 4 in the outfield. No possibility to save it.
The Tiffany off to a quick 5.
You have an incomplete game, it says. You have an incomplete game?
At this score, I think this is a double, by the
And
way.
an incomplete match.
Somebody mute that man. Not Kit, but the spectator who wasn't muted.
Oh, now it's double. She had lost her market. Now it's double pass.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, at that score, I think it was right to double. Probably not at an even score, though.
Yeah, I think it was probably not not a huge double at the score, but I also would have doubled when you said after the fan, 5-4 split fan, 5-4 split 5-5 hit fan.
No, they didn't fan. She didn't fan. She came in.
Oh, she came in bar 23 6-5. Oh yeah. Well,
Oh, she
yeah,
fanned.
yeah, no, okay. So if she came in with a 2-1 and left another block, yeah, I would have doubled that for sure. And maybe for money I would not have. But maybe for money I would have. I don't know.
Pretty sure it's not a double for money.
I wouldn't.
There's a nice shot here, which comes close to evening up the game. Whoa, this one is pretty aggressive. I mean, Tiffany's score is.
I think it's reasonable to score. And
Yeah, I think it's reasonable because. Oh, this is not okay. That's I'm not sure about. Not sure about coming out, but it's reasonable to come out. I think it was it was a reasonable double because. It was.
Might be right at the score.
At the score, exactly.
I would not have come out with this.
Whoa, got to play this purely.
Yeah, she does play purely, which is good.
You get hit.
Yeah. So what Kit Woolsey meant was that you leave checkers on the 9-8-7 point, aiming at the open 4 point as builders, and also having those points slotted.
I'm not sure exactly what Tiffany's game plan is with her back checkers. The problem is well, that worked well so far.
Well, she wasn't all that far behind in the race, right? I mean, she's behind, but she wasn't some 50 pips or something like that.
And
so
she's got a lot of good threes for the last 2 threes here.
Yeah,
it's certainly a hit. I don't know. I mean, everything is good.
Yeah,
moving up to the 21 point is good. Bringing the builders down is good. Making the 10 point is good. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Now the pip count is kind of close, so I'm inclined to play the way she did. It's sort of
you have to
a little of this, little of that game plan.
Oh boy!
Now, do you attack? I think you maybe
I would hit and cover.
Just blitz. Yeah.
Cover. I like this.
Yeah, because she's got 2 on the bar and she's got a lot on her board.
It's huge if it works, and if it doesn't work,
huge. It's a huge gammonish play. I mean, I think you're right, Kit. Just blitz.
I mean, now the opponent's got the anchor, and you're not that great. Well, she has to cover.
Yeah, now I'd make that 8 point, I think, instead of
I'm not sure about the ace.
Yeah.
This could well be right.
I don't think so. I think the 8 points right.
I would have made in practice. I would have made the 8 point. I know.
Just keep on going all the way. Well, you could attack also.
Yeah, I would be inclined to attack. Ugh. Double twos.
Now, this one's really complicated.
Yeah.
You don't mind getting hit here. I mean, you have a real back game. The question is, what's the best way to do it? That's probably the right idea.
Yeah, it's not fully a back game quite yet, but it's certainly inclining that way.
9-7, right?
Yeah, I would play 9-7. I think you have to not worry about getting hit. You have to play super purely.
Yeah, such as here, I'm gonna break my midpoint here and hit.
Right. I agree. I would play 13-10.
Yep, Tiffany does it.
Good play. See, the thing is, if she gets hit, it's a good back game. If she doesn't get hit, might contain the checker. Oh wow.
Or there's this variation as well.
Oh wow.
Oh. And then there's that variation.
Now this is complicated.
Yeah, it's getting complicated because
I would play Bard at 22. I think timing is
Yeah, agreed.
yes, it's a good play. You just
Yeah.
have to.
Leyla is suffering all throughout this for having not made the 8-point, I think, with that ace.
I guess we just put the blots there.
She could have played 20. She could have played 23. I think might have been right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
would
would
still
play
have tried
24 to
that.
20. I would have played 24 to 23 so you can escape with the 6. I
Yeah,
mean, escaping is vital.
yeah.
And not breaking the 23 point is vital as well.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah.
Oh no, okay. Now I would not have gone to the 6-point. I would have gone to the 12-point with that 3, aiming at the 8-point for building. You know, you got.
I don't think she need. I don't. I'm
Well,
not
no,
sure.
I mean you got like you left a few shots, but you still want to make the 8-point if you can.
Not that much.
Well, what if
I mean, yeah. I mean, yeah.
if you
you'd
had
like
if you had the 8-point?
I mean, you'd like to make it, but you don't have that many numbers to do so. Okay, good shot.
True, but you would have a lot fewer if you move the builder to the 6-point.
Yeah. So now, do we hit or not?
Not. I like this. I think this is just. Whoops.
Okay. Well, so bring them out. Bring them all out.
The
That's
old
right.
23-point, 17-point combo holding game.
Yeah.
Not to be.
I just played 13 to 6 here.
Yeah. Oh,
You could also just break the 9-point entirely.
no, I think it's very important to clear the bar point now. I mean the midpoint now.
Looks like a good play to me here for that.
Great
2-1.
shot, Leyla.
Okay. Hmm. When in doubt, you put them on the 5 and 4 rather than the 6 and 3.
Yeah, except that the spare on the 6 is very important in this coming in against the 2-point anchor.
I think Marty's right in this situation because look at the 4s.
Yeah,
the fours play fine. You don't need.
Yeah, the other thing is that a spare on the 4-point is good too, and you still have a lot of time to. The checker on the 3-point is more irreparable a thing.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. I'm pretty sure
it's probably not a big deal, but it's it might be 0.01 or something at the most. Yeah, the grander themes are grander. So what do we have here?
Oh, if she hits,
she's got a 3 to play. Okay,
she's got a 3 to play. All right.
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow.
Oh, there we go.
Instant board.
Yeah. Better hit that thing.
Real chances to win frontwards now. Oh my gosh. Chances are getting better.
Now, had she played to the
no,
had she played to the 4-point and 5-point, she would have been
it would have
she would have been covering her 1-point now.
It would have transposed pretty much.
No, it wouldn't have transposed. She would have had she would have been covering her 1-point. She would have had a checker on the spare on the 5 and a blot on the 1. But it doesn't matter. It's just small potatoes. BS. That was a great return shot.
Need a 6 badly.
I would have played them both into the 6 point.
Yeah, I agree, but probably not a big deal. I mean, well, the problem with, yeah.
Yeah, you have a little more flexibility in variations like this, but you avoid it being hit with a 6-2, but you get a direct shot if you're able to flush to a 5-1.
Need the
Badly
six.
needs a 6, and there it
Got
is.
the
Oh
six.
boy! Now it's getting exciting. And now Leyla wants a 6, which she doesn't get. She's clear that bar point.
Good shot though.
Yeah, she clears safely. And she's diversified, except that's not a
However,
good. That's the worst. The
however,
worst 5 there is, except maybe 5-5. I think she should just
don't even
keep going.
think
Don't
about
even
it.
consider
Don't
switching.
even think
Don't
about
even think of that.
Ooh,
Oh,
no,
No, keep that prime.
That's
Hopefully she will, if she keeps the
Oh,
prime, right?
This is really,
This is bad
like
because
a
there's
monster
nothing
error
to,
of all
yeah,
time.
the only cracking number is 3 for now, and it would have been anything but a 6 was really bad the other way, especially
Probably
5-4, right?
She's 7 rolls from a redouble or something.
Yeah. So what we were saying there is that by moving from her 3 to her 1 point, Tiffany's blocking chances went way down, and the immediate result of keeping the 5-point prime was it gave Leyla a lot of numbers to crack her in the board, like 5-4 leaving a double blot or
The problem,
something else.
The problem with the play is that with the other play, when she doesn't roll 6s, her board goes to hell. Here,
Yeah,
when
exactly.
she roll 3, she keeps her board.
Exactly.
I mean, at an even score, she'd be getting close to a recube. At this score, not even remotely close.
Yeah, I think probably she should go. She has the whole 2-1 now. I think I should probably make a move like this. Pick your favorite ace. This looks good to me.
Stay 6 away from the 3-point.
Yeah, yeah. No, not 9 to 8. I would not go 9 to 8.
Oh, this is big. This is big.
Yeah, yeah. Now the race is getting the race is
that's
huge now.
If she punts, I would recube now, even at the score.
Same.
I would, yeah.
And the market is lost.
It's really hard to win. He doesn't have any checkers off, so she's entitled to play for an undeserved gammon.
Oh yeah, it's a free roll on the playing for the gammon now. But
when I say undeserved, I mean very low probability, and your opponent gets to whine about it.
Still safe. As long as she's safe, she has a free play on.
That should be it.
Yeah, rip them off.
Well, rip them off, but it doesn't matter. She's going to recube.
Well, no, it doesn't matter. If Leyla rolls something huge like a big double,
wouldn't matter anyway.
That's where it matters.
It would still, that's the right play. Oh wow, she forgot to redouble here. That could have been costly.
How bad
I'll roll double ones
it
and win a gammon.
It was only 6-5 followed by an ace.
They want to know what you think the PR standing is right now.
Well, we missed a little of the game when we didn't have it.
So we know that I think all of us commentators would agree that Tiffany's switch from the 3-point to the 1-point was a mega blunder.
That might have been the biggie.
Yeah, I would guess Layla's winning the PR right now.
That could be a triple whopper, I would say.
Yeah, easily could be. So in the heat of the moment, it's easy if you're the leader of the match to forget about the cube entirely. You just play an automatic. You say, I'm never going to double. So I'm never going to redouble.
In this format that we're playing, if one player wins 2 out of 3 if they play 3 matches and one player wins 2 out of 3, the other player has to win all 3 PRs. Otherwise, it's the player who wins 2 out of 3 wins. So the only difference between this and a normal 2 out of 3 is one player, the player that went, if one player wins the first 2, they must win at least one of the PRs to win in 2 matches. And if it goes 3 matches, the player that wins 2 out of 3 must win at least one of the 3 PRs.
So it's 2 for a match win and 1 for a PR win each match.
Correct.
Okay.
And it's a race to 5. So if one player wins the first 2 matches, they have to win one of the PRs. So since Tiffany won the first match and lost the first PR, if she were to win this match and win the PR, it would be over.
Okay.
But right now, we think Leyla's winning the PR in this match again because of Tiffany's switch with the double 2.
So here's an interesting double 3. I suppose she's right to make both interboard points down in the race. It's less important. She might consider making the 18 point, but this is nice situation to be in with a nice board already made.
So here, do we play safe here? Do we
Yeah, I play when in doubt, play safe.
I think I might hit on the ace point.
When in
try to
doubt,
get
play
him out of
safe.
there. I'm not sure.
Yeah, my rule is when in doubt, play safe.
This I don't think is the right idea.
This is
if you're going to leave a shot.
If you're going to leave a shot, yeah,
get
exactly. If you're going to leave a shot, knock her off the ace point. She might come in higher and make your task easier. I guess 13-11. Not a big deal. Now double.
Oh, definitely double. Particular. Yeah. I mean, at the score, I think it's a drop. For money, I think I would take.
Agreed.
That's my quick assessment.
I agree with your assessment.
I would not have taken at the score either. Probably take for money.
Probably
take for money because I have the 5 point.
Yeah, I mean the problem with taking at the score is you can basically never redouble.
Yeah.
And it was a pretty solid cube for money anyway.
Oh yeah, it's certainly a solid cube.
So this is an interesting 4-4 from Leyla. She's still considering it. She made the 16 and made the 2.
Looks pretty good.
Looks pretty good because she's ahead in the race and she's not leaving any blots. And Tiffany has a problem getting her
now she has an 18
outside checker to safety.
I would have been seriously considering doubling here.
Right, 18 pip lead and shooting at these blots and some blitz chances.
Yeah,
particularly behind in the match. Why not jack it up in a position?
And again, like you said, redoubling potential for Tiffany is low, and I think this is the right play for her here.
Yeah,
definitely.
Versus secure that 22 anchor and make the
22 anchor gives her
make Layla's checkers on the 2 point.
Layla had a much better double last time than this time.
Yeah, now there's a threat here. There's no big threat.
Yeah.
And now Tiffany can yawn and take it.
Right, which she did. I don't know if she yawned. I can't see her, but taking was the important part. Now, this is a little. I wouldn't be so eager to let
another checker.
Let Leyla clear with tempo if she rolls a 6. That means head and clear at the same time.
Not clear.
No, I wouldn't be eager. So she could have played, 15-11. But 6s tend to be bad for clearing if they're not hitting. And so she gave her a good 6 to clear. I would have been a little hesitant. But what Tiffany did was try to build her board as quickly as possible. And the heck with the blots, or the heck with short-term sequences.
This is probably the right play here. It's probably
I think so too.
Not a big deal.
I think so
it's
too.
The right theme. You're not going to get a shot for a couple of rolls, so slot the next point in line.
Yeah, you're gonna make that point quicker if you do that than if you don't, on average. Okay, again, same theme. Layla's game plan is to get home safely, and Tiffany's game plan is
Tiffany's
to hit.
got an idea, doing ideal.
It's a great shot for Leyla.
Yeah, yeah. Now she only
Yeah.
leaves 3 shots,
Leaves
and
the
she
Joker.
clears the midpoint. And this is quite reasonable with that 3, because you
Right.
really do want that ace
She's
point.
she's not getting the shot next turn. Oh, she should
No,
make it. She should make the ace point. She just didn't see she could do it.
Well, yeah, okay. So if she but she gets an immediate benefit on 6-5 this
Well, it
way,
doesn't
but
matter.
not a big one.
Point. You just want the point in the long run.
Yeah, you want the point in the long run. True. In the short run, you could benefit a little bit, but the short run isn't that important.
Short run doesn't
In
matter.
this variation, you're worse off, right? For example, if you had the point, you'd just be
You just want the point. It's
moving to the
simple as
3 point,
that.
basically.
It's certainly right to run. Let your opponent play that next 5.
Yeah, I agreed.
Well,
The only 5 that well, it doesn't matter with a 5-1, and it's worse with a 5-2, but it's not. But it's better with everything else.
You just look at the 5s. You don't have to think anymore.
No. Yeah, in this case, it's clear. In some other positions, it's not.
Well, it turned out badly because of this double aces.
Yeah,
yes.
It's just, she should just
well, hitting is definitely right.
Just,
the race
oh,
this
says,
is not
well,
right. The race is not gin.
No, it's not gin, and this is delaying your bear in as well. If you just, this is and if she did switch,
she switches, the opponent's on the bar and has to come in high.
Yeah, and if let's say she comes in on the 4 point, then you've got a couple of spare 4s. You can play behind, right?
This is clearly the right play.
Yeah, no, there's no doubt about mine. You win the most gammons this way as well.
Well done. It has everything going for you.
Yeah.
I'd have thought a little bit about that 3.
Yeah.
And this is why.
This is why.
Here we go. No luck. I think you're supposed to run, but I'm not sure. You still have some racing chances if you run, and your hitting chances are pretty small.
You still have some racing chances here. I think I would have run as well. I'm definitely going to run now. Well, maybe not. I would.
No,
I'd run.
Now you might as well stay.
Yeah.
I would run now too.
Yeah.
Why?
I would run and come in. I wouldn't do this.
Yeah. When in doubt, stay. I might be running in that case. How much in doubt am I?
I don't know.
This isn't the right way to run, I don't think. I think you can get an extra crossover if you do run. The cost of a pip. This might be right. Now you just bear them off because you have the same. The next roll is key, and you don't have any. You have the same number of blot numbers either way, and you get an extra checker off. No gammon.
I can't center anything yet.
Okay, it's getting closer. So Leyla makes the maximally aggressive play with that double 2 going for the gammonish kind of position, as we were saying before, and that's exactly the right idea. I think it's even right for money. The double two is so the default opening reply double two is to make your 4 point and then look around for the other two. Usually you make the 11 and 4. There's variations where you don't. But now Leyla is saying, all right, I'm winning here. She could have considered a cube before the last roll, but the thing is her gammon value at the score on a 2 cube is about, that means the relative value of winning a gammon as compared to winning a plain game is slightly better than for money, but not any more than that, surprisingly. It's about 0.56, I think. And for money, it's 0.5. In other words, that going from a win to a gammon is only half as valuable as going from a win to a loss. And at this score, it's with the cube on 2, it's only about a little more than 5 knights is valuable as to win a game is to win a gammon. We don't talk about the score. Oh, now that should have been she came in with she came in with a 6-3. Now that's a great roll. She's got an anchor and safe. So now all right, Tiffany has to just break her bar point and make a 5-point board. It's not a bad roll, short of a running number or an anchoring number. The 5-point board is important. And from here, Tiffany is just going to be
Think we hit 2 checkers here.
Yeah.
You have to leave a direct shot anyway. Yeah, why not hit 2 checkers? Right?
Ooh,
That's why
wow.
not. So this
I would
This
not
might
cube
be
it.
a-
I would not.
this might be a
consider
double.
cubing.
I would
Right here.
hold off on the cube. I want to get one guy out.
Yeah.
Then I would
Are you
double.
sure Layla's taking though?
Yes.
I would take.
I would love to get the cube here with Leyla.
I would want to spring one of the back checkers, and then if my opponent were still on the bar, then I would cube.
Yeah.
Then I would think my opponent would have a difficult
You
decision.
want to spring one of your back checkers and have your opponent dance.
Yeah,
You don't
that's what I
you
said.
don't want to roll double 5s in particular.
In other words, I think this is a trivial take, but if in the variation where I ran one back checker and my opponent danced, now I would know. Well,
There you go.
obviously it was right to double.
Yep.
You should do a little research on something called Kit. You should do a little research on something called Wolseley's Law.
Yeah, the problem was I didn't think it was close.
I didn't either.
I have never heard of this guy Woolsey. I've heard of Woolsey.
But I mean,
I've heard of Cardinal
Well,
Woolsey.
Wolsey says double when your opponent might drop. Wolseley says double even if it's a clear take.
well, obviously it wasn't a clear take since she didn't take.
Danny Kleinman said he referred to a guy named Kid Woolley. I never met him either.
Nice comeback roll here. I think you're supposed to come out. This can't be right.
Absolutely not.
Spare checker on the 3-point. If you're taking this approach, you should bring 2 down. But I would have come out with the 15-point. Well,
This can't be that bad though. Actually, she was 11 pips down.
Yeah, that's right. 11 pips down. So
this isn't. I think you probably have to should break the 9-point. Just sit on the position for.
I'm not so sure about this.
Well, what's plan B?
Breaking that point. You're up 19 pips.
It could be right. Yeah, actually, I think it is. I think you are right. Yeah. I didn't see the I didn't see the position properly.
Oh, no. Oh, no, no,
No,
no.
no, 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 no.
It
Yeah,
might be ugly to go to the 3-point, but you got to do it.
yeah, getting hit is a little uglier.
And you might, everything's ugly, but as long as it doesn't leave a direct shot, it's very pretty.
Once again, I think you have to eat it and go to the 3-point. The problem is, if you get away with this, you haven't gained that much. But if you don't
Right.
get away with it, you've lost
Right.
everything.
Yeah. No, no, no. I don't think so. I don't think it's so great. Now, what about now?
Well, now I think we have to leave a shot.
Beautiful position after 6-3, 6-4. Not appealing, I guess.
Clear the 9-point.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's ahead in the race.
seems pretty clear.
Yeah. So this is the play to minimize contact, is to get that outside point closer to home. From
Well,
the
the
9
race.
to the 8.
Remember, due to the structures, the race difference isn't as much as the pip count indicates. But this,
No, it isn't. But now it's getting closer, right? When she
well,
starts
that's
varying
This
checkers.
is the wrong
well,
idea.
that's because Tiffany's screwing up her position. You have
She
to
hasn't made
realize
it. She hasn't made the play yet, so she might.
every play like that,
There we go.
burying
Yeah.
a third checker probably costs about a half a roll to a roll in the race.
Yeah.
And people don't realize this.
Right.
Also, you were giving Leyla free jokers.
Right. Yeah. So if you
I think you have to break the anchor now. This burial is really costly. Take advantage of your opponent's weak board and play 20 to 15.
Yeah, I agree. Again.
Well, it's
Again.
forced this time.
Yeah.
Even more so now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's practically forced this time. She can't consider anything else.
And she's going to get it right.
Well,
There she
doesn't
is.
really have any choice now.
Yeah.
But the point is, the race is close, and if she had not screwed up her board, it would be even closer. Oh no!
Oh, now she's considering this.
What is this?
Well, if she makes this play, it's because of the
This
juxtaposition
is
of the
probably
3-point
200,
stacks.
250 era.
She says, if you have a big stack on the 3-point, I'll have a bigger stack on the 3-point. But no, she reconsiders.
Yeah, that's the sort of play you make it look at it and say, I have to find another play.
Okay. Now she says, I'll keep my 4-point filled for the race instead of lifting. I think she's right.
Oh, I would not do that. I would want the 4-point slotted.
Yeah. It could even help you in an attacking variation.
Yeah, I think it.
Whoa, no, no, you got to come in. The race is
everything.
Race is very important. Bring it in and
that's the idea.
Keep that contact.
You've got your contact now.
Yeah.
Now here I don't know.
Nor do I. This would usually be right, but then she rolled 6-2.
How did you know?
Everyone hates me for it's just if you mention the obvious bad number and then somebody gets it, then they blame you.
Whoa, I would have been thinking a long time before rolling there, by the way. So I guess at the score doubling would have been right.
Yeah, what
Okay,
was it?
She now is a free roll for a not likely gammon.
Yeah.
Now it's oh she still has a free rolls. Might as well keep rolling.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if
It's nothing to
if
lose.
Tiffany rolls 2-1 and then Leyla rolls double sixes, she still has to pass a cube.
Yeah,
That's the test in a race. That's the that's
if you can't gain your market on any sequence, you don't have to think anymore.
that's right.
Well, now it's definitely no gammons.
And yeah, so it's
There's
interesting.
a tricky thing there.
It's interesting, in the format,
Right,
it's not right. It's not right to double
correct, because you
because
give,
by doubling you give your opponent a decision,
right.
and the decision helps her in the PR race. But if you
I see.
yeah, no, yeah, that's an advanced PR format technique.
I was just thinking about your own PR, but there's the
No,
opponent's.
it doesn't, because you can't lose.
You don't gain anything from doubling because you
No, I
can't
know you
lose,
don't gain
but
anything.
you give your opponent a correct decision.
Just play to the end, and their decisions don't matter, but you have some that might matter. I don't know, and they don't get a doubling decision.
On a flunk, she would have been thinking about doubling.
Stay tuned for more PR tricks from Marty Storer, says Dimitri. That's the only PR trick I know, is to give yourself more decisions when they're easy, and give your opponent fewer decisions when they're easy, as long as it doesn't cost you anything in the equity. Now, some of the players said, "Well, we will refuse to consider, waiting around to save the backgammon in order just merely for PR purposes, as we think that's unsportsmanlike." But yet those same people do tricks like the one I just mentioned, right? And they think that's gentlemanly enough, and it's sort of inconsistent in my book. You do it all, or you don't do any. And
Meanwhile, this is an interesting play here. It's a very interesting problem.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So how many return shots do we have? It looks like we've
the right decision.
Looks like we've got almost about even money.
Score, that would have been a huge cube. At the score, it's not right, I don't think.
Yeah, it all depends on the gammon. That 19-point anchor is good insurance against a lot of bad variations.
Well, I mean, Tiffany has a great position, but you don't really want a cube when it takes away your gammon gains.
Well, I thought you were talking about Layla's double before when she had when Tiffany left the blots and Leyla had was on roll.
Oh,
you weren't, I guess.
No, I'm looking at what's happening now.
I can't talk quickly enough to look at what's happening now all the time. I have so much to say and so little time to say it. So this is oh, that's an ugly one.
I didn't like the 2-1.
Yeah, you could have had 3 builders to aim at the 3-point if Leyla goes. Oh, this is fine. Now she can go 8-6.
8-6 puts the checker where it belongs.
It's a builder, and it's a beautiful.
Now she may really have a double, even at the score. I'm not sure. But I think she should make the ace point. Certainly honing in on the cube here. Now I think you have to double.
I think this is good. Play.
Now it's a play on.
Now play on, yeah.
That's right. Try to get that second checker. It's worth a lot.
8-1, and she does it without a second's thought, which is
it's worth
exactly right. I mean, you're right, kid. You should do that. Yep. That's the right final ace. You want those spares spread out.
Just hold.
Just
hold the board for a roll and see what happens.
Nothing leaves a shot now. And there's some nice numbers like that. Nothing leaves a shot now. And there's some nice numbers like that.
Well, this could be close. One doubles might do it. Oh, doubles.
There we go. Now she puts a 1 on the 6 point, and then she goes to the 16. Perfect, efficient gammon saving technique. Now Layla's a big favorite to save. She needs to roll to miss now, and then so she had a little more than 3% chances to win before she moved off the 10 point. 3% chance to win again. A little more. So there we go. Now it's 10-4 Crawford. I wish I knew the PR stats now.
You guys like this board design?
And now at this score, gammons basically do not matter for either side.
Yeah.
Play pretty much like DMP.
Yeah, because 2 points is not materially winning 2 points for Layla is not very much different from winning 1. Because she needs to win the same number of games or doubled gammons to win the match. But she would very much like to win a backgammon. But it's not looking likely.
Well, backgammons never look likely.
Except if you have 5 checkers closed out, etc. In certain situations they do, but in the early game they don't. Okay.
I think you just sit on it with 8 to 5.
Yeah, not like this
though.
Right.
This is bad distribution. You do not want that third checker on the 3 point. You should just 8 to 5, 6 to 5.
That was the safe play. The bold play was to break the midpoint. But
yeah,
I'm pretty sure
I was assuming
the safe
a safe
play was right.
play.
Yeah, I think the safe play was better.
I think you bring a third man down and make that 2 point. You just need that 2 point locked up here. Oh, nice roll.
There we go. Now Tiffany's a big favorite in the game. I guess you just slot the 8 point.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of slot the 2 point and leave another blot.
This is not even, there's no plan B here. Now, keep in mind, gammons don't matter. This might affect this play.
Yeah, so they don't matter. So now this is the play to get the most out of the anti-joker 5-5, but
BTC
may not have been best.
BTC price and value.
So
slot with the ace. Must slot with the ace. That's a big blunder. slot the next point in line when you have your full
Oh.
prime.
I would say it's not a big blunder in terms of equity, but I think it's a conceptually big blunder. Now, what do? Do you hit and leave a blot in your board, or do you just hope they roll badly rolling home? I guess the latter, probably.
You just pray.
Just do this and pray, I guess. Okay. Oh, that is interesting. Probably right. Now 6-4. There we go. No boxcars for the blot.
So
75.
should things run smoothly the rest of the way for Tiffany, she'll be leading 2 matches to 0. And if she won the PR in the match, this will be over and she'll be the champion. So we'll be running the PR right after this game because they can't start a 3rd game till we find out who won the PR anyway.
Yeah.
Oh. Leyla has a shot in the race.
Do you guys have any strong feeling on the PR?
I forget too quickly things these days, so
The swing could be that double 2 switching play.
yeah.
I haven't seen too many obvious errors other than that.
Meanwhile, this game isn't over. It's getting closer to over.
Three to two, yeah.
Yeah. Oops. Now if she could roll a 2-1, now it's over.
It would take a lot.
Okay, if you want to pause it while I run this, and then as soon as I get it up, we'll resume. Oh, we just got the recording back on. Did you get the recording of us congratulating Tiffany or not?
No.
Okay, so I'll do that one more time.
Okay.
Tiffany, the USBGF congratulates you, the commentators, the World of Women in Backgammon, everyone watching today on a fine victory. You were the 2023 USBGF Women's National Online Championship that started with 32 players, of which 32 players who played in the World Online Backgammon Championship. 32 players from the U.S. were in qualifying. The top 16 qualified for the U.S. Women's National Championship, USBGF Women's National Championship, of which Tiffany won by defeating Karen Davis in the semifinals and Leyla Zaloutskaya in the finals. Very exciting match. Tiffany won the first 2 matches to get 4 points, and she needed 1 more point to win the championship, and she won the PR in the second match by a narrow margin of 618 to 625. Again, congratulations on that victory.
Yeah, she had walked off, but I will definitely relay that to her.
Okay. Thank you. We didn't have a recording, but she said a few words and she thanked her opponents and said how happy she was to win, and gave us a few tips on how she had advanced her game so quickly. She's only been playing for about 3 years, and she's an inspiration to anyone who wants to improve their game and how quickly it can be done.
Yes, I think she said that her primary method of improving her game was to look at her games on Backgammon Galaxy and focus on her mistakes.
I do think, this is Karen again, I think it's an important lesson. We talk about reading books and getting lessons, but learning from your own mistakes and a systematic analysis of your mistakes. And obviously online, it's easy to have a file of your play, but when you're playing live, it also underscores the importance of recording and transcribing your matches so that you see the errors, the blunders that you made in live play as well as online play.
Okay, so moving back along, I'll just go to the bigger mistakes. We can look at here. This was a pretty large mistake to not double here. And Kit, this is where Kit said I would get one man out, I think, right? Is this
No. That was when
that was later. That was
when
when
she had
made the point.
he had
That's when
the
she'd made the
22
point.
point anchor and a checker on the bar.
Okay, you're
and,
right. That's correct.
And White's position was weaker
Right.
than this.
Yeah, so this position, she has an 18 pip lead with a lot of threats, and even at the score, even leading 7-4, a gammon gives her the match. So that was a cue that was missed. Oh, this 5-3-9-6-9-4 was right. I thought running was probably correct, but it wasn't. And let's see. 3-2 here was 8-6-8-5. Yeah. And the 3-2 for White was 9-7-9-6. Yeah, I thought that was a better play than the play she made. She could gives her some flexibility here, make some of their sixes good. This point's going to be hard to clear later on anyway.
Right.
Yeah,
Right,
that's in this position, that spare on the 6 point is just so valuable for the future.
Sure.
Just can't be overestimated.
And here's where she missed. This is where Tiffany missed coming out with the 5 the first time. She played 8-6-8-3, which was a pretty big blunder. And we're getting down to the last couple of games.
Oh, so she could have anchored here and decided not to.
That's a fairly small error. And let's see. Leyla actually did have a cube here at the score. Tiffany's on the bar. This is, I think Kit said that she would have had a cube if she didn't come in. Even though she did come in, she still had a cube. So yeah, this is just like, I guess you don't want to give up your opportunity. I mean, you know, you're going to bring 2 checkers down. If your opponent fans, you will have lost your market by a mile.
No, I think if she had passed, it would have been. I mean, if she had flunked, it would have been double pass.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Let's see, 4-2. Here she was just supposed to make her 4 point. She hit 13-7. Yeah, we said that was an interesting play.
Yeah, right. It's leaving a lot of blots and return shots. So you've got your basic 10 at Tiffany's 7 point. In addition, you have a bunch of 1s, and you have
I had
7
no
1s and a 4-6. So that looks like 19 ways to put back, which is a lot.
Yeah. I had no idea that this was as big an error as it was. I thought 13-7-5-3 was correct, but if you tell me that her play was a 235 error, I would have been shocked. And let's see, 4-2 here. 13-11-5-1, yeah.
And she played 19-13. So the one, yeah, Kit noticed this and said, make the 1 point.
Yeah, because you're going to be hitting loose very quickly when your opponent escapes, and you want that 1 point made.
I probably
you want the 1 point made, and you're only giving up a 6-4, and then even then you have a great position.
Well, actually, that's not true. It said you're not just giving up the 6-4. It said 13-11-5-1 was the correct play.
No, that's what we're saying. Oh, 13-11. Oh, okay. Yeah. So you're all right. So
I would have played 19-7 also. I
would have played 19-17. What was 19-17?
Yeah,
it was a little bit worse.
Those are very small differences. The big thing is to make the ace point.
Sure. Yeah, it only came out to be 0.015. So
yeah, I guess one of the ideas is double 4s. You force them to hit and give you a direct shot.
And then here we are in the last game. This play was clearing the 18 point while they're on the bar. And this 3-1, oh yeah, this is the one where she played 6-5, 6-3.
So the old dilly builder on 3-point is to be avoided.
Right.
Even stripping the 8-point is better than going 6-3.
Even like we mentioned, aggressive play 13-10, 6-5 was even better.
Yeah.
And then this double 4 was 2 checkers off. I thought that was right at the time. You're not really worried about, you don't want to give your opponent a chance to win the race, and you're not really worried about getting hit with that play.
And what does she have? 2 checkers off? Is that it? White has 2 checkers off here? No, it doesn't.
White has no
Doesn't.
checkers
Okay.
off.
White
White
no
has
checkers
0
off.
checkers.
Okay, so that's what I thought. Okay. I
But
thought I saw those 2 lines on the side. I was confused.
If you make this play, I mean, it's just very safe. I mean, even if you roll like double 5 or double 6, I guess double 4 would be bad. But if you roll like double 5 or double 6 and get hit, so what? Look at all the checkers you have off. And that's it. And so again, thanks everyone for tuning in and watching. Thanks to World of Women Backgammon for streaming these semifinals and finals matches. Thanks to Marty Storer and Kit Woolsey for the commentary. And congratulations again to Tiffany Van, and congratulations to Leyla Zaloutskaya for a very fine showing. She also made it very far in the Women's Online World Championship. So congratulations to all. Thanks, everyone. And I hope this has been instructive and exciting for everyone. And any other comments, Marty or Kit or Karen?
I just want to say, this is Marty. I just want to say congratulations to the participants. Very exciting. I think that one of the other analysis BMAB settings evaluation of the matches was or the last match was, it came out that Tiffany won by 0.01 of a PR point. So it was consistent with what Joe had. It was in the same direction, but it was a closer margin. So 0.01 is about as close as you can get.
Well, I just
And Joe, a big thank you to Joe for everything you did to make this tournament what it is, and all the tournaments. Really appreciate your help with everything.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure.
Yes, Joe, you've been instrumental in getting women's championships, not only this national online championship, but as a member of the board of the World Backgammon Federation, advocating for and promoting and then directing both the WBIF World Women's Championship and now the U.S. National Online Championship. It's been a great year in 2023. Women are starting to come into their own at the table, so we're all very excited about that, but looking forward to an even better year in 2024. So Happy New Year to everyone.
Well, congratulations to World of Women Backgammon. You guys are amazing in all you do to promote the game and the time and effort you put into it. And I think the results have shown themselves with the number of women joining and becoming involved, and how quickly skill level is progressing. So congratulations and a fine job that you've done.
Thank you, Joe.
All right, I guess